Listen, when she suddenly becomes extra sweet, you need to pay attention. Not the everyday I love you or the casual text. I'm talking about waves of affection that hit you like a tidal wave, gifts that feel too perfectly timed, compliments that make you suspicious instead of happy. Men, wherever you are, in the USA, Canada, the UK, anywhere in this beautiful world, if this is happening to you, don't just brush it off. I've seen guys fooled for months, thinking their woman suddenly changed when, in reality, she was hiding something. Watch closely, because I'm about to show you the 3 subtle ways she covers a secret life. Before we dive in, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you get to know when we drop new videos. Red flag number 1, affection in waves, not consistent. Let me speak directly to you, man. Take a moment and really think about your relationship over the past few weeks. Has she been showering you with bursts of attention, intense, over-the-top affection that suddenly disappears without explanation? Maybe on Monday, she's texting you nonstop, calling at odd hours, leaving little surprises or compliments that feel almost too perfect. You feel appreciated, wanted, and even a little spoiled. But then, just a couple of days later, she's distant, cold, unavailable, almost as if she vanished. You try to reach out, but her responses are brief, distracted, or delayed. That, my friend, is a red flag you can't ignore. Picture this. A man named James from New York went through exactly this. At first, he was thrilled. His girlfriend seemed more loving than ever. Late-night texts, surprise gifts, and constant affection made him feel like the luckiest man alive. But then the pattern emerged. Those bursts of love were followed by emotional disappearances, coldness, and unresponsiveness. James assumed it was stress, work, or maybe he'd done something wrong. Months later, the truth hit hard. She had been seeing someone else the entire time. Those waves of affection weren't genuine love. They were carefully designed to calm his suspicion and keep him emotionally hooked. She's crafting a perception, man, and your heart is the stage. Here's the advice, man. Observe the timing and pattern of her affection. Are her sweet moments consistent, or do they spike after she's been distant? Do they appear right after you question her whereabouts, or when something seems off? Look at the rhythm, not just the gestures. Track the pattern over weeks, not just days. This isn't paranoia, it's awareness. If the bursts of love follow a suspicious pattern, pay attention. This insight could save your heart from months of confusion, heartbreak, and wasted trust. It's the first step in seeing the truth clearly, and it's one step every man in the USA, Canada, or the UK needs to take to protect himself. Now, here's a personal request. Like this video to help us reach more men, and keep watching because the next red flag will show you a level of manipulation most men never notice until it's too late.
Red flag 2. Gifts, compliments, or attention that feels off-timed. Man, this one hits hard because it's subtle. You almost don't notice it until it's too late. Think back to the last time she gave you a gift or compliment that felt off. Maybe it wasn't your birthday, wasn't an anniversary, not a special day at all, but she suddenly shows up with something expensive or showers you with words that feel exaggerated, almost scripted. It feels like she's trying to convince you she cares more than she actually does. The truth is she's not trying to make you happy. She's trying to control your suspicion, keep you from asking the questions she doesn't want to answer, and smooth over the cracks she's hiding behind. Take David from Toronto, for example. His girlfriend started buying him gadgets, small luxuries, and even random tokens of attention out of nowhere. Compliments became over the top, praising him constantly in ways that felt rehearsed, almost as if she was convincing herself too. At first, David loved it. Who wouldn't? Feeling appreciated, wanted, and admired is intoxicating. But soon, he noticed a pattern. These bursts of gifts and attention always came immediately after he asked about her friends, her phone, or her evenings out. What looked like affection was actually a calculated attempt to redirect his doubts, calm his worry, and quiet the questions she doesn't want to answer. Psychologists call this behavioral overcorrection. When someone senses their secret life might be exposed, they unconsciously overcompensate with affection, gifts, or attention. Timing is key. Real, consistent love doesn't appear in bursts triggered by insecurity, guilt, or your curiosity. Attention that feels too perfect is rarely spontaneous. It's a signal that something is being hidden, and it's often carefully engineered to make you feel safe, even while deception is happening behind the scenes. Here's where you need to be sharp, man. Track patterns over weeks, not days. Take note of when attention arrives. Does it feel natural, or is it a reaction to your questions, doubts, or observations? Men in the USA, Canada, and the UK, don't dismiss your intuition just because it's wrapped in roses, compliments, and thoughtful gestures. Pay attention to the timing, the context, and the subtle shifts in behavior. Picture yourself calmly observing, not confronting immediately. Notice when affection suddenly spikes after distance, after suspicious behavior, or after subtle signs that something is off. That is your map. It's how you start decoding what's really happening behind the surface. Stay right here with me, because the third signal is the one that exposes the full cover-up. Most men miss this entirely, and it's the clearest warning sign of a hidden affair. Once you see it, you'll understand the patterns like never before.
Red flag 3. Overexplaining to calm suspicion. Man, now we get to the final, and often the most revealing red flag. Overexplaining herself. If she's suddenly giving you long-winded stories, detailing every action, every thought, every minor decision, pay close attention. Not because she's honest, but because she's trying to control your perception and calm your doubts. Let me give you an example. Michael from London noticed it first as small things. His girlfriend had started explaining where she was every hour, who she was talking to, even what she was wearing while out. At first he felt reassured. Okay, she's really open, he thought. But soon he noticed a pattern. The over-explaining came only after he asked questions, or after he expressed mild concern. It wasn't consistency, it was calculated. Psychologically, this is called defensive storytelling. When someone is hiding a secret, their brain kicks into overdrive to protect that secret. They anticipate your questions, imagine your doubts, and provide a narrative so detailed it seems transparent. But in reality, it's designed to disarm suspicion. She's not sharing her life. She's protecting her hidden life. Here's the truth, man. Over-explaining is exhausting for both of you. And it's manipulative. She wants you to feel secure, to trust the story, while the gaps, inconsistencies, and timing hide the truth. Men in the USA, Canada, and the UK, if you notice her over-explaining only when you question her or when you sense something is off, that's your signal. So what should you do? Observe. Don't confront yet. Watch for patterns. Does she over-explain after every small doubt? Is it paired with sudden affection or gifts? When attention, gifts, and over-explaining cluster together, you're not looking at love. You're seeing a carefully maintained cover. Here's a tip that will change the way you see things. Record these moments, mentally or even discreetly. Timing, context, and pattern matter more than words. This isn't about paranoia. It's about clarity. The clarity you need to protect your heart. I want you to picture this, man. You're no longer confused. You're watching, tracking, and noticing. You're connecting the dots that most men ignore because they're blinded by waves of affection or flashy gestures. You're seeing the patterns she's trying to hide. And that awareness, right there, is power. Man, here's the whole truth. You can't control her actions, but you can protect your heart. Watch patterns, not just gestures. Notice when affection spikes after distance, gifts appear out of nowhere, or explanations feel rehearsed. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Keep your independence, maintain boundaries, and don't ignore red flags just because you want things to be perfect. Observe, document, and reflect before confronting. The goal isn't paranoia, it's clarity. Protect your heart, stay sharp, and don't invest blindly. Awareness now saves months of pain later. Stay alert, man. Now, I want to hear from you directly. Have you noticed these signs in your relationship? Has she been giving you affection in waves, gifts at odd times, or over-explaining herself? Drop your story in the comments. Share your experience, not just for me, but for other men in the USA, Canada, and the UK who might be blind to the same patterns. Your story could be the wake-up call another man needs. Man, if this video opened your eyes even a little, do your favorite Coach Jane a favor. Like, subscribe, and share. I want to hear from you personally. Keep watching our videos because the next insight could save you months of heartbreak. You've got this, man.